So let's take a look at the reverse cymbal or the reverse effects that I've done. I've created two of them. One I created in an NNXT, and to do that I simply just found a cymbal sample, and you can find any sample that you want, and loaded it in, and then I right-clicked, went to Edit Sample, and I used the reverse button to reverse it. And then I cropped it and moved it around a little bit to get it to be about the right length. I think I normalized it as well, and then just saved it, and I gave it a new name, so rather than the original sample, because the original sample was just a straight cymbal. So that's that, and then I added the trashy Rev 7 reverb. I thought because for this type of sound I kind of wanted a trashier sound, so that's what I used there. So that's that part. And then for the long reverse, now I used the standard white noise style. And so what I've done here is I have just the noise generator working here. You can see this is on. The mix is all the way to the right, so that it's only playing oscillator 2, or the noise generator in this case. I pulled the color down just a little bit, and then the level and the decay is maxed out. And you can see that my envelopes have very long attacks, and they also, the filter frequency is all the way down, so that, but the filter envelope is the max on it. So as it becomes louder, it also becomes brighter. And then on top of that, I added in a scream destruction unit and a real reverb. I wanted to get a little better reverb sound than this one. All right, now both of those are MIDI effects, but I really didn't want them to be MIDI. And so what I ended up doing is I have these two external tracks, and you can see this is to the long reverse and this is to the short reverse. And both of these tracks are going to audio tracks that I created. And then to record them, you simply arm one of your audio tracks, and then you go ahead and solo the track you want to work with. So let's actually, I guess I'll do this one. Reverse cymbal, and then we'll arm this track. We'll solo those two tracks, and I'm going to put this up here so they don't make a mess. And then I'm going to click on the record button here. It'll and that's it. And so now when I look here, there's my recording of the sound. Now the sound itself, now I'm just going to solo just that track. Okay, so now that's not too bad, but I want it to actually go right about this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then we'll boost the gain. Okay, and this is a nice short one. Okay, but I want it to end on 2, so let's just move that there. And let's say right about there. I'll right click. Oops. And I don't get it right yet. Set 1-1 here. And then let's go ahead and crop the sample too. Okay. And so you can see that now that almost nails it. So since I didn't quite get it, I'm going to go ahead and use a warp marker. Now warping makes it so that we can adjust where the length of the sample. And there we go. So now if I zoom in, you'll see that this is just a 1-beat sample, and so that works pretty well as my short sample. And then what I can do is I'll copy it and then just use Live's reverse command and say make it so that now I have a, so there's one that goes reverse, and then a splash. Okay, so both of those are going to be ended up being useful. And then I did the same basic process for recording the long sample. And so over in my arrangement now, you can see that I have a short and a long sample, short sample here that goes, and then I have the long sample here. That's actually an entire measure. Okay? And so those are the samples that I used for the long and for the reverses.